There's this belief that you can get people to do something. And for anybody that is actually led in their life, maybe it's parenting, maybe it is you're an actual manager, you know, any particular role where you're trying to get other people to believe in you, you realize that that is simply not true, where you can't get anybody to do anything. And so then it becomes really frustrating, right? It's like the common thing with parenting is how do you get your kids to do what they actually want, what you want them to do? And the truth is you can't. And the truth is you probably shouldn't. And, what should you actually do is you got to work on building the trust between you and the other person. And that requires, and what does that mean, right? Like, what is building trust in this particular scenario? That means it's stepping back. And that means it's allowing people that you really care for and you really want to do something for, it's allowing them to actually fail and allowing them to not do well. And this is so hard for all of us. Because it's particularly if they're related to you, or that you yourself have gone through a lot of hardship to get to where you want to go, and you kind of understand what it's about. And it's the quintessential thing is, how do you get people to get motivated? You often have to get them to have their own problems where they have to experience their issues on their own so that they feel that they can accomplish what they should do and what they can do, right? And so it's taking that step back and allowing people to fail. And so what does that mean, right? Like, that sounds like an easy thing to say. No, it's a super hard thing to say and a super hard thing to do, because it means that those people are going to experience not very great experiences in their life. And they're going to go through a lot of darkness in their life. And you might, if you're a parent, for example, it might require you to work towards your kids like leaving and having problems on their own, particularly as they get older, right? Where they have to experience a sort of day to day. And none of us want to go through this, right? Like, that's not a fun thing. But that often what is required to allow people to grow, to do well, is to take these steps back and allow people to make mistakes. And a lot of people don't want to go through that. They don't want to experience it. They don't think it's should be done in any sort of way, right? That there is that if you were to do this, it's being a good parent or a bad parent or a bad manager. But really, that's allowing people to have growth. And so what can you do in that circumstance is work towards that plan, but then be supportive along the way. And sometimes being supportive is doing the old tough love thing, where you take a step back and you say, well, you know what? Today's the day we're going to grow. And if we grow, and if we choose the sort of challenging things that we need to face, then you might be doing okay. And so growing means often that you're experiencing some sort of hardship, that there is pain and suffering. That's a very real part of life. I think we often have these cookie cutter views of what life actually is, but there is a lot of pain and suffering that happens. There's a lot of you giving up on yourself. There is a lot of those sort of negative moments that we all go through, right? It's not necessarily just this enjoyable thing all of the time. We should have these moments where it is challenging. It is dark. And that's what it means to live a healthy life, is to go through those moments and get back up and do it again and repeatedly do that. That there are dark moments in all of our lives, and that's okay. That means that you're actually living, right? Having everything go your way and having it sort of work out for you, that means you're not really living. Living means it is tough. It is a grind. You get back up and you do it again. But, here's the thing, is that the toughness and that grindingness, it disappears as you do it over and over and over again. It doesn't quite disappear in the sense that, so there's this saying that I used to do. I used to do this sort of workout with some other guys, and the saying, it still sucks. You just get used to it. And that's really what it is, right? You just got to get in the motion of knowing, hey, I could do this. I'm going to get back up and do this again. And it's going to suck. It's not going to be very fun, but I can do it. And there's something about that. And if it gets really dark, you're always there to walk people through. And that's what it means to be a good parent, a good leader, that you're not doing everything for somebody. You're allowing them to fail. You're allowing them to experience hardships, but then you're able to talk people through and allow them to get back up and try every day and know that, yeah, we all go through this. And that's part of the thing that you can do if you're going through this. Tell your story. Be open about what you experience and what you go through, so that person that you're trying to lead actually understands what you're going through. It's about that personal connection. It's about trust. And it's about taking the time to actually do that. All right. Take care and have a wonderful day.